Good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of English 241. By now, most of you have been able to post your first reading response, and I appreciated that. We launch into week 2, which will be like most of the weeks this semester. You'll be actually reading the material to get ready for your RR2 that's due next Sunday night. But as well, you'll be participating for the first time of many in a group response forum that I've set up in each group as well, GR1. The idea is to post once by Wednesday night and then post again second time by Friday night after you've had a chance to look at the other group mates' GR1s. Because I'm starting with shorter texts, poetic texts, it seems like maybe one of the things you could do with a GR would be to dig a little deeper into one poem of your choice. Maybe even a couple of lines from one of the poems, maybe do a very close reading using some of the tips that appear in the Reader's Toolkit, especially that first section that talks about looking at very short texts, things like paraphrase times 3, or reasoning back to assumptions, or reasoning forward to implications. So take a look at that Reader's Toolkit. As the course proceeds, I should remind you we're starting with the older texts first and then moving into some of the more recent stuff. So I'm trying to go easy on you in terms of the quantity of reading in the early weeks. It'll get a little heavier as we get a little closer to the Civil War. But in my opinion, I think the harder stuff is actually first in the course, simply because it's older stuff. So if you run out of things or ideas to do with your GR this first time, there's a couple of things I might suggest. One, just as a way of getting to know you, your group mates, and having them get an opportunity to get to know you, if you want to put a little postscript in your GR, just simply kind of introducing yourself a little bit in that space, talk a little bit about what your educational and career plans are, maybe what some of your expectations are for the course, that would be fine. It's one of the best ways we have to get to know each other a little bit and to achieve some kind of social presence in this distance format that we're using. The other thing you could do, just in terms of the text, is since most of you focused either on the Bradstreet poems or the collection of poems by the other women on the syllabus in Unit 1, you could flip that and take a look at either the Bradstreet poems or the poems by the other women. So that, plus the use of that Reader's Toolkit that does appear, by the way, in course documents, should give you plenty to work with over the course of the week. And feel free to come back to the GR space and make as many posts as you like. The idea is to have your total number of posts over the course of the week add up to at least 250 words. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you next week.